Hi everyone, welcome to another interesting tutorial. I'm Dami of T Exclusive Couture. In our tutorial today, we'll be learning how to make this stylish top with exaggerated lapel collar. So if this is what you are looking at to learn, please stick to the end of the tutorial. I'll be taking you through step-by-step process on how to cut and make the lapel collar. So if you are joining us for the first time today, thank you for joining us. And if you are yet to subscribe, don't forget to click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime we have new tutorials. For our returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back. If you'd like to join my WhatsApp group, the link will be in the description box. So in the month of September, I'll be having my first ever paid online class where I'll be teaching you how to make beautiful blazer or suits. It's going to be a detailed class. In the class, I'll be teaching you how to make a structured suit, lapel collar, shawl collar, double-breasted blazer and single-breasted blazer, and how to make a two-piece sleeve suit sleeve. So if you're interested in the tutorial, I'm going to be putting the link in the comment section, so you can click the link to message me in order to join the wait list. So I'm going to put the flyer above now. Thank you, and let's get started. We'll be starting the drafting from the back. So we have the shoulder line, chest line, bust line, waistline, and the length of the top. So on the shoulder line, you're going to be marking the shoulder divided by 2. Then you do the same thing on the chest line. You connect it together like this. Then on the waistline, you go in by 0.75 for the sway back. Then you blend it into the center back as seen like this, and also to the hip line like this. This is to avoid bulging at the back of our top. On the shoulder line, you step down by 1 and connect it to 3 inches neck width for the shoulder slope. So then you go ahead and impute your bust measurement divided by 4, the waist measurement divided by 4. The back is going to be dartless, and the hip measurement divided by 4 on the hip line. Then you go ahead and connect the lines together. So on the side hip now, I'm going to be stepping up by 1.5 so that we'll not have a straight hem. So we just connect it to the hemline like this. Alright, so once we are done with that now, you go ahead to mark out the armhole. You divide what you have there by 2 and step down by 1 and go in by ½ inch for your back perfect armhole. Okay, so once we are done with this now, the neckline, we are using 3 inches for the width and 1.5 for the depth of the back neckline. So with this now, we are done with the back body. So now we'll go ahead and cut it out. So for the front bodice now, I have my pattern paper here. From the upper part, I step down by 5 inches, which is going to be for the extension of the collar. And also for the center front, I step down by 12 inches, stepping by 12 inches, which is for the exaggerated lapel collar. So it's from the other part now that we'll start imputing our measurements. So I went ahead now to mark out my vertical measurement, my shoulder to the chest line, shoulder to the bust, to the waist, and to the hem of the top. Then go ahead now and extend out the lines. So on the shoulder line, we're going to impute your shoulder divided by 2 on the shoulder line. You mark the same thing on the chest line, then you connect the 2 lines together. On the bust line, I went ahead to impute my bust divided by 4. And on the waistline, was supposed to be on the waistline, so I did it on the chest line first. On the waistline, impute your waist divided by 4 plus 1 inch as your dart allowance. Then on the hip line, you impute your hip divided by 4 measurements. Then you go ahead and connect the side joining lines together as seen like this. Alright, so for the shoulder slope, you step down by 1 and connect to 3 inches neck width for the shoulder slope, and the basic neck width is 3 inches. So you just go ahead and connect your basic neck depth also together. So once you are done with this now, you do go ahead for the armhole, divide it by 2, step down by 1 and go in by 1 for the front armhole. Alright, so on the hem for the front, we went up also by 1.5. It was then I realized that I've not done my dart, so I went ahead and imposed my nipple to nipple measurement. That's the bust span measurement divided by 2 and mark it out, which is going to be our dart line. So on the waistline, we added 1 inch as our dart allowance, so I mark it out, and the dart will be stopping ½ inch before the bust point. So you connect the line together and you blend in the dart to the hip line as seen like this. Alright, so on the center front, we have a little bit of opening. So from the waist, you can step down by 2.5 or 3 inches, depending on how open you want it to be. And on the hem, I went in by 2.5 and connect it together. So this you can decide how up you want it to be. Alright, so the next thing to do is to mark out the exaggerated collar. So you first, on the center front, is going to be having a button allowance of 1 inch. So I just went ahead now to mark out the 1 inch, which is going to serve as the button allowance. Then you connect it to that opening like that. So now the next thing you're going to do now is to determine how low you want the neckline to be. So you can decide to use the chest line or the bust line, whatever you want the neckline to be. But I used the bust line at this point. So from the bust line, you are going to place your tape, your ruler like this. Then you connect it to get your collar. So you connect it to the neckline, extend it up to get your collar line. That's the lapel line. Then you bring out the back bodice to measure the back neckline. I have 3.75 here. So this is going to be for the height of the collar, which is the extension we are taking to the back. So once you mark it out now, then you are going to place your ruler like this. That means you are squaring the line. It's not a straight line. So you connect it and extend it out a little bit. Then you measure the wideness of the collar. So I use 3 inches here, but if you are making yours, you can make it to be a bit wider than 3 inches. So you can use like 4 or 4.5 inches for the wideness of the collar. So from where the lapel collar cut through now, so you are going to measure the bust line there, whatever you have here, to determine how wide your collar is going to be. So I had 9, so I decided to make my collar to be 8 inches wide. So whatever you have there will determine what you use for the wideness of the collar. So from the 8 inches now, I will now connect it to the back extension collar that is going to the back. So I'll make sure I'll connect it like this. So this is what is going to give us the exaggerated collar that we have. So now that we are done drawing that out now, you just go ahead and mark and cut it out. And also before that now, the armhole dart, we are going to be connecting our dart to the armhole to give it a princess dart. Then we'll go ahead and cut out our pattern. If at this point you are still here to subscribe to my channel, please don't forget to do so. Click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime we have new tutorial. And if you also want to join the class, the blazer suits class that I have, the link will be in the description box. So this is what we have after cutting it out for our front bodice now. So now we are going to be folding the collar, the lapel collar. We are going to be folding it on the bodice like this. So you notice that the collar is pointing downwards, and that is not what we are trying to get. So we are going to be straightening it up. So from that point, you just mark a straight line like this. Then you cut out the excess that we have on that part. But if you want yours to point down, you can go ahead and leave it. So the back neckline, the upper collar is the one that is going to the back neckline. So this is what our front is going to give. Then we can go ahead then to separate the dart. So we have the center front and the side front. So once you are done down, we are done cutting it. So go ahead and cut it on your fabric. So if you are cutting the center front, you are going to be cutting the main fabric, and the lining also for the center front is going to be your main fabric because of the turn up of the collar, so that by the time you turn the collar out, it's still going to be showing the same fabric. The side, you cut it on the fabric and you cut the lining with it. So you just go ahead and add all your necessary sewing allowance to it. So you have this here like this, and for the center back also, for the back, you go ahead and cut it out on the fabric and add necessary allowance. If you have any question, don't forget to drop it in the comment section. So my blazer class is going to come up next month. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be giving you details on how to cut and sew a structured blazer suit. So if you'd like to join the class, the link will be in the description box. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next class.